Four in your corner covering the races you decide.
All month we are going one-on-one with candidates of the key races in our area.
And tonight you're hearing from Democrat William Bronson in the District 17 congressional race. He's running against incumbent Republican Tom Rooney to represent parts of Charlotte and Glades counties in the U.S. House of Representatives.
Our first question, why should voters cast their vote for you on Election Day?
Well, I've had quite a bit of experience in the political arena. I've run before, not in Florida, but the country's changed dramatically in the last 40 years. So we've seen a terrific growth in productivity. The gross national product went from $1 trillion to $15 trillion. And unfortunately, the 80% of that went to the top 1%. As you know, Michael Moore recently was challenged with his figure that the top 400 people in the country own more than the bottom 50%, which is a huge disparity. The 6 Walmart heirs own as much as the bottom 30%. So because of this, there's a lot of people living in poverty, and there's a shrinking middle class. And we really have to get the middle class back on their feet if this country is going to provide the opportunity and the promise that we believe it's capable of. Well, as I said, getting the economy back on its feet, which means strengthening the middle class. Unfortunately, the large multinational companies have taken their money abroad. Because of globalization and NAFTA and other trade treaties, they found it very profitable to go after low labor markets and cheap resources with minimal regulations. And it's really left the American worker high and dry. Their salaries have been the same for the last 40 years. In fact, have gone down slightly. So to me, the only way that we can do this is by a kind of bootstrap operation that would involve public works projects and a progressive tax system. If we increase the taxes, which are the lowest they've ever been in this country, from the 23% that the top 1% are currently paying to 46%, which is half of what the taxes were when Ronald Reagan took office, we would be able to generate $450 billion, which would employ 11 million people at $40,000 a year. And there's lots of things that need to be done. We need to strengthen and improve our schools, K through 12 especially. We need greater social services. We need to rebuild our infrastructure, a smart grid, alternative energy. There's so many things we could do. Well, my opponent is a very wealthy, young Republican Tea Party millionaire, lawyer, incumbent. And I'm not. I'm on Social Security and Medicare. I had a 25-year career with Delta Airlines, and not long after I retired, they declared bankruptcy and my pension went south. So I thought I'd have to go back to work, and I went back to school and got a doctorate degree in ministry. But then the opportunity came to get into this race, which I did somewhat late, but I didn't think that he should have a free ride. And I've spent a lot of time studying. My undergraduate degree is in economics. I have a master's degree in education as well. And I followed very closely current events, and I really believe that we need to change the complexion of Congress and break the gridlock in Washington. And I'd like to be one of the 25 that are necessary to give the President the kind of support in the House of Representatives that he needs to continue with his agenda. Well, I would hope that you go on my website, bronsonforcongress.com, easy to remember, and on it you'll find some very interesting information, not only on my background, but on my opponent's voting record. There's 2 very interesting DVDs that one of our volunteers put together for us. One on income inequality with all the top economic minds, Krugman and Stiglitz, 2 Nobel Prize winning economists, Robert Reich, Gar Alperovitz and others. And you'll find it very informative, and they all come to the same conclusion that until we get the wealth of this country properly located in the hands of the middle class, this economy will not recover. So that's our top agenda item. The other DVD that you'll find there is on Bain Capital, and I think your listeners and viewers will find it very informative. So please go on my website, bronsonforcongress.com. You can also contribute there. Feel free to contact me, and I'd be happy to work with you in these remaining days in the election cycle.